Hello and welcome to my channel, Heartfelt Crochets by Darlene. If this is your first time here, last week I talked about trying Premier Worsted Yarn for the first time. I've been using Red Heart right along and slowly weeding that out because I am a huge Parfait Chunky Chenille yarn fan by Premier Yarns, and I really wanted to try their Premier Basix Worsted Yarn. And I told you that I was going to be making a stitch out of the 3 colors that I ordered. So here are the results of the stitch characters. Aren't they adorable? Oh, and hey, what do you think of my new glasses? They finally came in. I am not being sponsored at all. I got these from Zenny. My first time ordering blind without trying them on, and I was really worried about the prescription because I have progressive no-line bifocals. They're spot on. These are so comfortable. They're lightweight, so affordable compared to getting your glasses at your eye doctor's. So yeah, what do you think? Comment below and tell me what you think of my new glasses. I think they came out so good. And it was the color, the blue was the color AZURE, A-Z-U-R-E. And then salmon. And then the light blue was, oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Is in the color storm. So without any further ado, let's go ahead with my yarn review. Okay, so I have a few things that I want to go over here in this yarn review. First off, what I'm talking about today is Premier Basix Worsted Yarn. It is a 4-weight yarn from Premier Yarns, and it's just an acrylic yarn. And I am comparing it to Red Heart Super Saver yarn today. These are the 3 colors that I use. This is all I have left for the blue after I ended up making this little stitch guy. And these are the colors that I have that I'm reviewing. I used it in the stitch, and it's a really nice solid piece. I like the way that the stitches came out. I am comparing it to 3 colors in the Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I am comparing it to the color beige, and this is the color soft white, and then the color perfect pink. Okay, now the very first thing that I want to go over is how tightly they're spun. I was totally amazed at the difference. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in this camera. Now, I hope you can see this. If you squeeze the yarn together a little bit, see how you can see the plies? Okay, and when you're crocheting, your hook can get caught in that and it ends up fraying. And the same thing with this beige. You see? And then with the soft white, look at that. It's like really just easily just pull it apart, the 4 strands. Okay, so with the Premier Basix, this is in the color Storm. Look how tightly wound that is. And then with the AZURE blue, same thing. And then with the salmon. So right off the bat, I was totally amazed at how much tighter that the Premier Basic was spun opposed to the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. With that being said, this yarn here gives you a much more stable and solid project. This one's going to end up being a little more flimsier, if you will. How much denser it is than the Red Heart. So I'm going to have to give that as a con for the Red Heart and definitely a pro for the Premier Basics. Now I went ahead and I was crocheting these cup cozies. And this is the Premier Basics Color Salmon. And then this one here is in the color beige. we're not talking about this one today because this is just, I don't even know why I ended up bringing that one out, but this is just a ball of yarn and I'm not exactly sure what the brand is, so we're going to put that aside. But this one is in the beige of the Red Heart. Okay, so in terms of feel, this one is much rougher and coarser. My fingers are dry, and as I'm doing this, I can feel it catching, and opposed to this one, there's no catching, and it's not nearly as coarse. Still has a nice thick texture. I mean, by far, it's not like really soft to the touch. But it definitely is soft to the touch compared to this Red Heart. I wouldn't really say that it's a con. I would just say that it's, in preference, I would go with the softer. And then again with the thickness of the yarn, you can see that this one, opposed to this one's much denser. If you are looking for more of a area product, like a blanket or a shawl or a scarf, this one, a looser spun yarn is going to be the one for you. If you want something that is a little tighter and is not going to let any cold air in, for like a scarf or a hat, then I definitely would go with the Premier Basics. Now, in working with it, I am testing this out with a 5mm hook today. And let me go zoom back out again. So, with the Color Storm in the Premier Basics, I'm just going to go ahead and work up a chain and tell you as I go. This yarn glides very nicely on the hook. There's no roughness. I love the way that this yarn works up. And like I said, when you are crocheting with it, where it's a tighter spin, you can actually crochet a little faster, in my opinion, because you're not going to get caught up on the looseness of the yarn, of the 4-ply. So that's what I think of how this yarn works up. When I was making the stitch characters, it was such an ease to work with this yarn. It's soft. I like it. So in frogging, it frogs nicely. It doesn't catch. Pulls out smooth as butter. Now let's try that with this pink Red Heart Super Saver. It seems to be just as smooth. Oh, wait a minute. That's the other thing that I wanted to show you in comparison. Okay, so I didn't count. Let's pull that out. Let's count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I'm going to go ahead and crochet 12 with the Premier Basix. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with the same tension, okay? And I wanted to show you the difference in the size of the chains. Can you see that? See how much wider and thicker compared to the pink? That's the difference in the density of the yarn. Okay, so definitely, you know, a difference there. I wouldn't say it's a pro or a con. Like I said, it all is in your preference on what you're making and what you're looking for. Okay. And as far as, like I said, the frogging is really easy. And it's a little bit catchier in frogging with the red heart. It seems to snag a little bit more when you're pulling it apart. So all in all, if you were a beginner, then I would go ahead with the Red Heart Super Saver, because you can find this anywhere. It is one of the most popular yarns there is, and it comes in a slew of colors. I will give the Red Heart the one up as far as colors go, because I can't even tell you how many colors, probably a couple hundred colors, opposed to the Premier Basix has a limited amount of colors. Got some beautiful colors, but it's a limited amount. As far as Amigurumi products go, definitely recommend the Premier Basix over the Red Heart yarn. It is a sturdier yarn, and I love the way that it works up, and I love the way that it frogs smoothly without snagging, and I love the way that you're not catching. You don't end up ever inserting your hook in between the strands of the yarn with, I shouldn't say ever, because I just worked with these three, but while working with these three and making the cup cozies and the stitch characters, I didn't come across at all with the, you know, working it and having the hook end up catching in between the strands, where that happens to me quite often with the Red Heart yarn. So I really, really, really am impressed with the Premier Basix. I am still going to end up using the Red Heart Super Saver yarn for lighter, airier things, such as lighter hats and scarves and lighter lap blankets and stuff. But as far as Amigurumi goes, and heavier dutier, is that even a thing? More heavy duty scarves, afghans, denser granny squares, purses and such, I am definitely going with this Premier Basix. Big fan, love it, can't wait to try other Premier yarn products. They have some fluffy and some sparkly. They have all kinds of different types of yarns that I'm really excited about using. So that is my review. I would say that Premier definitely wins over the Red Heart, but I am still going to use both because they still serve a good purpose in certain categories. So let me know what you thought of my review. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this review, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And the other thing that I wanted to say too is you won't be notified if you aren't a continued viewer of my videos. So if you want to be notified of any of my upcoming videos, which I post every Tuesday, and Thursday, then you gotta watch more. What can I say? You just gotta watch more. All right. So until next time, bye.